Can a single human change the fate of a nation and a state with just a look? Can a leader stop the breath of millions with a single word? History books still whisper his name with caution. Stalin. As soon as the curtain rises, you see that cold, sharp expression shadowing his face. In Stalin's world, even smiling was a risk. Trusting was the greatest mistake. He was not just a leader, he was a storm of power, spinning around a darkness both attractive and terrifying, consuming millions through his direct orders, including comrades, generals, and his most loyal men. The generals, backbone of the Soviet army, were purged so mercilessly that many survivors couldn't even read a map. Stalin's logic was simple. Fear creates discipline. Discipline brings victory, and victory belonged only to him, glorifying his name. His story began long before that, with a shadow from his youth. Born Iosif Vissarionovich Djugashvili, he never accepted who he was. His bloody, fire-forged upbringing forced him to reinvent himself. In 1910, he took the name Stalin, meaning man of steel. Not just a name, but a mask. A shovel to bury the past, a weapon to shape the future. Even before becoming a revolutionary, he created heroes for himself. He once called himself Koba, after a Georgian mythic freedom fighter. But heroism gave way to something harsher: desire for revenge, power, and absolute control. His power wasn't just physical or political. He could control the darkest corners of the human psyche. Opponents were merciless. They mocked his 1.62 meters height, calling him Little Father of the Peoples. Even US President Truman called him a little thug, but no one dared say it to his face. Stalin's eyes instantly exposed weakness, often the last look someone ever saw. That gaze wasn't a warning. It was a silent herald of death. Ironically, Stalin had trained to be a priest at the Tiflis Theological Seminary. His early writings were theological. But Marx's book tore him from that path and cast him into a steel that would shake the Soviet world for 50 years. Though atheist, some say he carried a deep spiritual fear. Perhaps rightly, because inside him was something far more ruthless than God. Physically, Stalin was also scarred. Smallpox left marks on his face, his left arm crushed in an accident, right arm shorter, elbow stiff. Kremlin painters worked day and night to hide this. But his greatest flaw was internal. Endless distrust. It made him vigilant, calculating, merciless. In his eyes, any perceived threat was unforgivable weakness. This distrust shaped deadly games with people. A name, a look, a breath displeasing him could cost a life. Some stories sound unbelievable, yet Soviet archives remain too dark to fully confirm or deny. One tale. He reportedly ordered soldiers to walk across mined fields. True or exaggerated, it was plausible in Stalin's era. Another. He screamed in pain to test his guards' loyalty. When they entered, they were executed for disobedience. On his final night, no guard dared enter. Stalin died alone behind the walls of power he had built. Amazingly, despite his tyranny, he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1945 and 1948. Peace, in his world, was merely the breath between new wars. Time magazine named him Person of the Year twice, not for admiration, but for representing the darkness at history's center. His strangest project resembled science fiction. He ordered Soviet scientists to create human-ape hybrids, indestructible, tireless, unthinking war workers. The experiments failed. Scientists were silenced or exiled. His goal was not just control over humans, but to immortalize his legend. Stalin reshaped humans, but shaping his legend was easier. Actor Mikhail Gelovani, who portrayed him, became a tool for the myth. not a statesman. That myth embedded a cult of fear in Soviet life. A quote often attributed to him, "A single death is a tragedy, a million deaths is a statistic." It wasn't his line, but fitting. Stalin exploited humanity's deepest fears: distrust, obedience, death, the unknown. In his world, a look was never just a look, it was a decision, a threat, an end. The dark pages of history still carry his shadow.